Okay, here we are. Yep, it's all good. Everyone can hear me, see me all right, because we've got a lot to talk through. Because someone could just tell me straight away if you can hear me all right, if you can see me all right, if I'm looking nice. Give me a compliment. I don't know, like say, oh, my skin is skinning. Say I'm looking handsome. Say something. Say something to make me feel good about myself. I say something to make you feel good about yourselves too. Loud and clear, Dr. Habib. I love that. Yo, everyone's spending love in the chat. Everyone's coming through on TikTok. Okay, it's time to talk now. It's time to talk. This is one of those. It's. I'm not panicking yet. However, they're coming. They're coming soon. Okay, and what I'm saying is the panic is coming soon. Yeah, like a little movie trailer. Because if we don't hurry the hell up, I think there's gonna be some problems. First of all, hello, good people, says Simon Mwangi, legend. No, it's time to panic, Reese B says. Yeah, everyone's showing love to each other in the chat, which is what we love. We're seeing some new members in here. We're seeing some super chats whenever. And if they do come, you know that they're going to be on screen. Riley, the Man United doggo, referring to a video that I put up earlier today about the Viktor Gyokeres news, has said, won't lie, this news ruined my day. And I'm pretty sure you put that on the video, and I appreciate the comment on the videos. So before we even get started, what is everyone doing? Because if you're on TikTok, come over to YouTube. If you're on Spotify, I hope you're enjoying listening to this. I clearly have a bit more of a flow with this one because some of you really enjoy listening to the shows and some of you prefer watching or whatever. But I upload the videos to, Spotify at the minute. It will go out to other listening platforms, but wherever you're watching, show some love wherever you are watching so that we can just build this community to what it should be. 23 people in the chat on YouTube, 35 on TikTok. If you click the link in bio TikTok, come over because we've hit 6,000 subscribers. Can we get some love? Let's go. Let's get some clapping for all of you. This ain't for me. Let's get some clapping in the chat because we've hit 6,000 subscribers, which is mental, by the way. Can I say, since I've really decided that this season or this coming season that YouTube long form content, live content is going to be a massive focus for me moving forward. Never did I think that we would start on about, 3.2 or 3.3k subscribers, and about a month ago, just over maybe 5 weeks ago, and we are sat here right now on 6,000 subscribers. So let's keep it going. Let's keep all the love going. Austin, love that comment from you, is saying, congrats on 6k, Dev. That 10k is coming real soon. Yes, that is what we love. Okay, that is what we love. We already got people on TikTok saying, oh, Gyokeres, here we Mbeumo, here we go. No, it hasn't. Don't try and fill my comment section with any of this sort of nonsense, because if you are new, we are here to give some good, unfiltered, yet healthy discussions on Manchester United, and especially at a time like this where there is going to be a lot of panic. There is going to be a lot of people who don't like the way we're moving. Frankly, neither do I. But I want to jump on here and make sure we don't go overboard with the amount of stuff that we're hearing, but also to make sure that we're doing things properly. Kenji says, Deb, did you get that espresso? What he's referring to is the fact that I went to the Sabrina Carpenter concert, and I had a damn good time. It was long as hell to get there, but it was a damn good time. She puts on a great show, and I don't care what anyone says. Now, the Meke Wisdom is saying 10k before the start of the season, and he's laughing at me. Did you mean to laugh at me, sir, or madam, or neither, or both? Well, whichever. We are here to try and get 10k before the start of the season. That's what people want to do. And that's what we want to make sure we are doing. And Dev, it is not crazy to is it not crazy to think that over 2 full capacities of Old Trafford fit into your TikTok followers? Mental, Sam. Yeah, we're on 173k or 2k on Twitter, on TikTok, sorry, which means, 2 Old Traffords could fit in there. That's pretty mad, to be fair. But let's go. Dark Rose says, Deb, would you prefer Mbeumo, here we go, before the stream ends, or 10k subscribers? I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit selfish. I want 10k subscribers purely so that we can enjoy things like the Mbeumo, here we go in a bigger community. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of the team, obviously, I want Mbeumo. Here we go, more than anything. So we might as well get into it straight away. I hope you're all good. 5 minutes in, we've got 50 people on YouTube. Guys, on TikTok, link in bio, come over to YouTube so that we can really just build this community out as much as we can. Come and subscribe and let's enjoy this. And please, guys, make sure that if you want your comment on to the channel, as in on the video, drop a super chat, or you could become a member as well, which means I can see things a lot more clearly. Now, we have to discuss something that's come out of the ether today, and it hasn't come out of the blue whatsoever. It really hasn't, but everyone is losing their doggone mind about it. And you've seen it. I'm surprised if you haven't. You just have to go on Twitter for 10 seconds to realize who/what I am talking about. And unfortunately, we have to start on a bit of a somber note, talking about a rival, and it is this. Arsenal are in very advanced stages to sign Viktor Gyokeres, to a point where their personal terms are pretty much agreed with Viktor Gyokeres, and we are definitely not in the running, and I didn't really think that we were. But guys, if you're on TikTok, I could tell everyone's losing their mind. Let's get the lights going as much as we can. Let's get to 10K if we can, because Cunha's got the new number 10. That's a reason to get to 10K. But also, if you prefer longer form content, if you want to see who I'm talking about in terms of visuals and in terms of who's on the screen and stuff, come over to YouTube. And whatever I'm posting on YouTube will also go out on Spotify and other listening platforms. So yeah, Kenji is coming in with the stats straight away. Viktor Gyokeres in the last season, 33 matches in the league, 39 goals and 7 assists. And in the Champions League, 8 matches, 6 goals, 1 assist. And that's in a season. Bear in mind, I mean, these numbers are staggering. These numbers are staggering for Viktor Gyokeres, but not as staggering as the fact that he was only there for 5 months with Ruben Amorim this season, leaving in whenever he left, November, December. And he still maintained those kind of numbers. So fair play to Viktor Gyokeres, you have to say. Because Sporting kind of fell off a cliff, but he didn't. And that's one thing that did surprise me. I'll be honest. It surprised me the fact that with Ruben Amorim gone, that Gyokeres still maintained the levels that he maintained. And it is interesting to see that he has been able to do that. And it is quite interesting also that Arsenal are the ones to go in for him, because I thought that Arsenal were going to a different style of striker. I thought they'd go for someone a bit more complete, a bit more of a, linking up play, that sort of thing. But maybe they've seen in the last 2 seasons that with Gabriel Jesus and with what's his name, Kai Havertz, that's not the type of striker that they need. They need someone to just get in front of the box and, this is going to sound mad, penetrate the box and score as many goals as possible. But that is exactly what Viktor Gyokeres is going to do. I hate to admit it, this is a fantastic signing for Arsenal, and there's no way you can look at that as a negative signing for them. The fact of the matter is that Arsenal are getting a guaranteed goal scorer. Whether he can do it in the Premier League, I mean, that will remain to be seen. But one thing I made this clear when we were linked with him, as tenuous a link as that was. And I said it then and I'll say it again now. I don't think, in fact, I know that Man United squad, or a squad like Manchester United, isn't capable of bringing the best out of Viktor Gyokeres, because the disconnects are everywhere. There's no point really in having the goalkeeper that we've got, the defense or the midfield that we've got, and then just lump a massive striker up there and expect him to solve all your problems. Like people were saying, a big striker could be like an RVP type signing. No, RVP had everyone else there that could fix all the other problems in the squad. So he had nothing to worry about but scoring goals. But like we saw with Cristiano, when there were gaps in the squad, and we have someone, I mean, Gyokeres is a workhorse, and Gyokeres will track back. He will defend from the front and all that sort of stuff. But it's not what's going to make Manchester United good by getting someone like Viktor Gyokeres. In actual fact, I think it's counterintuitive to get a massive big name striker without focusing on other deficiencies within the squad. Everyone is on TikTok talking about Weghorst is the man we need. Someone just said, why not go for Benjamin Sesko? I want to be very clear on Benjamin Sesko now. I did this on the video on TikTok that I will put on YouTube too. But Sesko has apparently been talking about a release, like the news surrounding him is regarding a release clause for 90 million, like 100 million euros. And this is by Sky Sports Deutschland who are talking about it. And what's funny is I used to kind of look at Sky and I used to look at them and think, slow sports news and whatever. But you know when they break something first, whenever they're the first ones to break something, you a lot of the time will go on Twitter or social media and will look at other things going on, and then Sky all of a sudden jump on it. Like, you know, they'll do the transfer segment, and then they've got Twitter up and they're looking at Fabrizio Romano, and one of them will say, "My sources have just told me, ladies and gentlemen, that Manchester United are signing nobody. They are keeping tabs. They are doing all these wonderful things that is not buying a striker." Like all of this stuff, right? It's usually when they find stuff at the end of the cycle. But however, when they find things at the beginning of the cycle, not only is it quite rare, but it means that they have done quite a lot of due diligence around it, which is, the surprising thing. And I think what's interesting about that is they are the ones to say Benjamin Sesko or the sporting director or whatever wants like 80 to 100 million euros. And you got to give it up to Arsenal because that's the first time we've actually heard a price being mentioned for Sesko. It was always interesting till that point. Now, Sky Sports Deutschland and a few others are saying that this is happening. That this won't happen between Sesko and Arsenal. And straight away, they've gone to Mbeumo, to Gyokeres. I was talking to a friend of mine and I was thinking, he's an Arsenal fan. And he was saying that he hopes that this doesn't turn into a massive saga between Sesko and Gyokeres, just get one done. And it seems like they have. It genuinely seems like they have. So it is pretty crazy to think that he is going to go there after all that's been said and done. I'm quite surprised that it's happening so quickly. But for that, you've got to give it up to Arsenal. You've got to give it up to Arsenal, and you've got to give it up to Andrea Berta as well, because this isn't the only signing they're making. Arsenal, as we know, today they've officially announced Martin Zubimendi, who's joining now. They brought Christian Norgard in, or that's going to be revealed pretty quickly. And they're also looking at Christian Mosquera of Valencia for a very fair fee. And, this is going to tip them over the edge. I mean, they're going to be spending maybe 200 million euros in this window. And with pounds, maybe 170 million pounds. They're going to spend a lot of money. It's at the point now where if they get Gyokeres, right, and I'll go out on a limb and say this, if they get Gyokeres and Arteta comes up trumps again and wins nothing and does what he has done for the last 4.5, 5 years, he's getting the sack. There's no way you can survive that, right? He'll forever be the person who got them to a certain level but couldn't take them to the next step, like Tuchel at PSG, or whoever the guy was at PSG. I don't know if it was Tuchel, but the one preceding Luis Enrique, because you need someone to get that extra edge and take you that next mile. But it is, it's a mad one for Arsenal. To be honest, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm licking my lips at this, and they should be very, very happy with the deals that they are making. There is also talk, and I'm hoping that this can turn into something where Ethan Nwaneri, his contract is due to expire next year, and there's no real talk about him renewing that. So I do think some clubs are going to start sniffing, and there's no chance for renewing straight away and doing it easy. And yeah, it's a tough one. Luke is saying he's got a dip, but have a good stream. I appreciate you, Luke. And everyone, if you are new, make sure you drop the subscribe button, and make sure that if you do want your comments featured on the screen for sure, you can become a member so I can see your stuff clearly. It goes great to supporting the channel, and I appreciate you all. Or you could drop a super chat if you have one quick thing to say and you want to dip out. That's absolutely fine. But any of you that support the channel, I appreciate you very, very much. 65 people in here, 88 on TikTok. Everyone on TikTok, link in bio, come over to YouTube, because we are building something this season, and I'm really going to enjoy it. Now, from Viktor Gyokeres to this. Now, okay. You'll know who I'm talking about. Okay. He's in the thumbnail, right? You can see him there if you're on TikTok. And you're about to see him on the side of the screen if you're on YouTube or Spotify as well. Or if you're listening to this on the go, don't look at your screen because that's dangerous. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. There are apparently some links that we are interested in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't believe a single word of it. I'm going to just come out and say I don't believe a single word of this idea that we're after Dominic Calvert-Lewin. How many times I have to tell you that when things are too convenient a story to make, then it's probably not going to happen. When it is too convenient, Sesko is a no-go for Arsenal, And Chelsea have already bought their striker, João Pedro. Liverpool might be after one if they can get rid of Nunez. Isak might be on the move. I know Newcastle are looking for a potential competition or replacement. Man City have obviously got Haaland. And then you look at United, we're after a striker, but we seem to be priced out, or we seem to have money issues. Of course we do. A lot of teams do. You just saw Chelsea getting hit with a €100 million embargo for the business that they were doing. And at the same time, you're seeing not the same, but almost like relative fee being dished out to Aston Villa for the same reason. All clubs are struggling at the minute. There aren't many that aren't struggling, right? Or being investigated for whatever reason. Now, thank you, Delroy, also for just showing love for whatever reason. Appreciate you, brother. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. We're not signing Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that this is a transfer that isn't even on the radar. Because do you know why it's not on the radar? Because I'm not one to talk about other platforms unless they rhyme with Schmoonited Schman. But the fact that he is available, right, for free, and it was promoted by TalkSport. Do you hear me? It was promoted by TalkSport. There's no... I've never seen them come out with something and then be like, oh yeah, that's got to happen. Do you know what I mean? That they really do their due diligence, don't they? I've never thought that ever. And this is the thing. I'm going to look at his injury history now off screen just so I can report it to you. This season alone. Okay, you know what? This is a fun little game, right? Obviously not for him, but this is a fun little game. This season, 24-25, how many days, so it's not games, how many days do you think he's missed because of injury? Play along, wherever you are. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, and if you're watching this on, or if you're listening to this on Spotify, just think. Don't search it. Don't ruin it for everyone. Tell me how many games you think that Dominic Calvert-Lewin has missed because of injury last season. Days. Sorry, not games, days. Simajaya says around 150. What's everyone saying on TikTok? Tell me, how many days do you think he's missed because of injury? 50 says Wakas. 147 says DJ. Mustafa says about 20. 180 days by Kenji. 152 by Sven Ingar Franson, a brand new member of the channel. Thank you very much for that. 200 Austin Kyolo. 180, 200. A billion, Lunani says. Can I tell you how mad it is of the numbers that you guys are immediately going for? I'm saying out of the year, there's 350. How many days? 365 days. I'm about to say 352. 365 days in the year, and you guys are saying he's missed at least 200 due to injury because that's your perception of him. The answer is 110. And that equates to, for Everton, considering that they're not, to be honest, they're in pretty much the exact same situation we'll be in next season, considering we have no European football. 15 games, the majority of those in the league. So you're going to have a striker that's going to miss 15 games due to injury. And the season before that, let's just see if this is a recurring theme. For the last season, he missed about 50 days due to injury, 6 games, not as bad. But then the season before that, he was really done with hamstring injuries. He missed over 120 days and 17 games. No, oh my God, not 120. For the 22-23 season, that's 2 seasons ago, 3 hamstring injuries and a knee injury that kept him out for 220 days. I've added that right. 220 days, missing 29 games through injury. The season before that, he had a broken toe and he was out for 31 games and 2 games out with a hamstring. Every single season, bar the season before last, 23-24, he's been out for a minimum of 70 days of the year. You're only a striker for about 3/4 of it. How are you going to be out for that long? I'm telling you now, Calvert-Lewin is not coming to Manchester United. I'll just say it now. If you think he is, tell me. But he's not. He's not coming to Manchester United. I know the amount of times that we've heard from INEOS or that we've heard from Ratcliffe or whoever announce their frustration at the amount of people that are injured or the amount of people they're still paying for and that sort of stuff. They can't bring in an injury-prone striker, even though he's on a free transfer. I see Dominic Calvert-Lewin going to one of the newly promoted clubs. And I think that will actually be a decent signing. If he's willing to drop down his wage demands a little bit, considering he's not a starting Premier League striker because he just hasn't been for the past 3 seasons, then, due to injury and all these other things, then I think he will be a very good appointment or acquisition for the likes of Burnley or for the likes of Leeds Do you know what I mean? Like, or Sunderland. Sunderland should probably go and get him because he still brings that experience. He's still a good striker, but how often can you rely on that sort of striker to get you the goals that you need? And Manchester United can't do that. He cannot do that. That is not the way that this is going to run. It's never the way that this is going to run. So, if people are asking what striker do I want, you all know the answer to that. I'm going to get to that at the end in case you don't know the answer to that. But please, guys, wherever you are, if you're on TikTok, come over to YouTube because the action is actioning over here. We got 62 people in the chat right now. Make sure that you join in and subscribe. We've got 70 people on YouTube. That's one of the most that we've had. Please, guys, can we get everyone liking the video? Just stop for a second and like the video because we can do some nice numbers on this video and we can get more and more people joining. Bearing in mind, now that we have 6,000 subscribers, which is mental, by the way. But considering the fact that there are 70 of you in here, you like and invite more and more United fans in, which is what we want to do. Because if there are United fans out there which understand what I'm trying to do in this channel, understand why I want to be different to what's out there, then please, join in and let's just have a nice, calm chat about everything. Because I'm seeing, like, just on today, right? I'm seeing too many. Yes, Theo, I am, but I'm seeing too many of these, like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and people like, oh, the thumbnails, and like talking like, I cannot believe United have sunk this low. That's based on the Talk Sport, a Talk Sport exclusive. Give over, man. There's no way. There's no way you can just believe Talk Sport are gonna do this, and it's not gonna happen. I'm afraid. Like, if you wanted Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I don't know what you're thinking, but it's not gonna happen. If he wasn't so injury prone, then maybe there's a chance, but I don't want it to happen. 78 of you are in here now. Tell me what you think about this Dominic Calvert-Lewin news. I've been very clear on it. I just don't believe it. I don't. I don't think it's gonna happen. And Amal is saying we should have signed Jonathan David. No, you probably don't know this, but Jonathan David's agent wanted an upfront fee of 30 million, and Juventus got that down to around 20 to 20 to 25, I think, to his agent. God knows what they've paid Jonathan David. But although it's a free deal, it's not. And the only time that I would think that maybe getting Dominic Calvert-Lewin would be a good suggestion was A, if it was 4 years ago, then yeah, because he didn't have these injury problems. But also, if it was a straightforward free deal and you're barely paying him any signing on fee or whatever, fine. But nah, it's just not gonna happen. Just like he said, seeing his stats, United won't even look at him. TalkSport is just trying to shake us around, million percent. And Delroy is asking, Dev, do you think some United fans live in the past too much? Yeah, of course they do. And do you know what's funny? I actually had this conversation with a very good friend of mine who is an Arsenal fan. He's gonna be very happy with the news, and I'm sorry, just on a separate note, the fact that all this news is coming out after the Thomas Partey thing, I didn't wanna make a video about that because it's an ongoing investigation. I don't have anything new to report based on what's already there. The only message I'll say is that Arsenal, I don't care who you sign, I don't care what you win or what you get. If anyone at Arsenal is in control of potentially covering up that whole thing, it's a stain on the club, and I don't care what anyone says. But this is, like I say, I don't think it's gonna happen. Thank you guys so much for 10K likes on TikTok. Let's see where we're at on YouTube. Well, I can see that we are, what are we on? We are on 6.06 thousand subscribers. Let's get to 10K as quickly as we can. And I can see like what number you guys are in terms of membership. It's just amazing to see. So this community has been growing beautifully, and I'm really happy about it. So please do click the link in your bio, and we can make sure that that we make it happen. Someone just said, "Yo, Dev, excited for Dominic Calvert-Lewin?" Goodness me, no, absolutely not. He's not going to happen. He's not going to happen. Nothing happened yet. We need divine intervention. You're not wrong, Matt. The Steph said he's hanging out in a VIP lounge in Napoli Airport, watching me, my G. What else do you need? Facts, brother. Do you know what I mean? Facts. Now, is there something wrong with the audio? Oh, please tell me no. Is the audio spotty again? Please tell me it's not. Might need to invest in a new mic if that's the case. But let's just get off of Dominic Calvert-Lewin because I don't think it's going to happen. I've said it there. I've said it straight up. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's in the thumbnail, is not going to happen. And straight off, I mean, we've had like 70 odd people in here, and I think everyone agrees. Like, I'm going to put a poll in, and I want you to be as honest as possible. We're doing a poll directly on YouTube. So, guys, click the link in bio, coming over to YouTube and subscribe, because we're building this out to be something special. So let's say we'll sign Calvert-Lewin. Yes and no. So simply the poll, if you're on TikTok, come over to YouTube, and so you can join in the poll, join in the discussion. I've said, do you think Man United will sign Calvert-Lewin, yes or no? And there you go. The poll is up. So get in the poll. Let me know what you think. And if you have any specific comments that you want to talk through and things like that, make sure you drop a super chat. I'll get to every super chat that is shown in the live, and also show some love towards the end when we've got any highlights. If you want to become a member, we've got 51 members on this channel, which is crazy, and 6.06 thousand subscribers. So please click the link in the bio. If you're on TikTok, come over and subscribe. We've got 11,000 likes. Like up, keep doing it, keep bringing more people in here. And you know what? If you like being on TikTok, stay there, and then just follow up. And the same if you're on YouTube, enjoy it properly. Now, Ollie Watkins update. There is no update. There isn't any. Like, right now, this is one of the things that I want you all to be wary of when you go on social media, and I want you to keep clear when you are seeing things, because there is no point in looking at all these different aggregator accounts that are just going to talk about, oh, Man United are interested in this, Man United are doing this, and it always could be going further, whatever. We're at a point now, we're at the point actually in pre-season where we need to ignore all of that nonsense, because the July 1st has come and gone. Deals should be happening now. This is why the deals that Arsenal are making, they are making now. But you got to remember as well, last season, they didn't really buy anyone. And this, I want you guys to remember that. Like, Arsenal didn't really buy anyone last season. I remember we got Sterling on loan on deadline day, and Calafiori, was that last season or something? But that wasn't a great summer for them, obviously. Liverpool bought no one and won the league, so they got money to burn. City didn't buy anyone. That's why they got so much money, and they fudged their accounts, as we've seen. So that is why they can buy loads in January and probably loads now. Chelsea have just been hit with a transfer, what's the word? It's not a ban, but like a fine, right? They've been hit with a fine, and they're still buying. So it's just, things are not going to happen. Delroy Harris, thank you again for the super chat. If you guys want to drop a super chat to ensure that your comment goes on the screen, then please do, or become a member and support the channel however you can. I appreciate every single one of you and what you do. So thank you very much for that. But Delroy, thank you very much for this. He says, Ivan Toney would be a better signing. I would keep Ivan Toney as far away from Manchester United as possible. Do you know what it is? As a player, I actually quite like Ivan Toney. I think Ivan Toney would be good at Man United. The thing is, with him, I remember when he was at Brentford, right? I remember he was at Brentford, and they stood by him with all the gambling and things like that and the ban. The first thing he said when he was ready to come back was that he wants to go to bigger and better things. Who the hell do you think you are? Like, the club just stood by you. I'm pretty sure they still paid you at least a good amount of money, and you say that about your own club? Nah, don't like that at all. United Snaps is in the house, guys, on Twitter and on Instagram at United Snaps. The most fire retouches and images of Man United you will see online. I actually use a lot of their pictures, and I hope you guys don't mind me using them as backdrops for videos on Shorts and on TikTok. They are brilliant. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, by the way. But he says, bruv, DCL rumor looks legit. I'm telling you right now, he ain't going. He ain't coming. There's no... I'm very serious. He's not coming to Manchester United. And if he did, I wouldn't support the transfer, but I'd still support him as a Man United player. That's just the way I am. I just don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. So it's not a case of me saying it won't happen because I don't want it to happen. I genuinely don't think it will. And I think that when you go Talk Sport and when you go all of these, it's just a bit silly. Gyogo. First time I'm seeing that name in the chat. Thank you very much for stopping by. He says that the window started so well and you're a bit worried now. That's a keyword, that worry. Because I feel like people are worried. I feel like people genuinely are a bit worried about where things are going. I think this week is when I decide to be worried or not. Because the players are back now. The players are back in preseason. It's going to be their first proper interaction with the manager. And I want to see what comes after that. Because it looks as though there are a few players that he doesn't fancy. There's a few players that Amorim doesn't want in the team. And our first preseason game, which I'm checking now, is on the 19th of July against Leeds. So there's still time before that to really get them going. But I just don't think that now is really the time to panic. I think the time to panic is after this week if we don't sign anyone. If I still see the Mbeumo deal dragging on, then I'm panicking. And if I don't see a single sale, then I'm panicking. So the window's gotten a lot shorter now. It's gotten a lot shorter, as in for when we need to be making deals, because we can't take the Leeds game is a bit of a, I mean, it's not a nothing game because it is still Leeds. You want to beat them, but it's a bit of a nothing game in the sense that it's not going to do too much in terms of our preseason development, because that's not, as far as I'm concerned, that's not part of the actual American tour. You know, I think we're playing in Sweden or something. So it's a bit of a random one, to be honest. However, that is not going to be, you know, the game where I properly judge it on. It's going up in preseason training, which starts tomorrow. So this is why we need to get these done. But also going forward, I think we need to be more realistic about the way things are. KB says, Dev, you're too relaxed. It's kind of what the channel is about. I don't want to get over, excited or over annoyed about things that are going on, but I am just more realistic. I know why we are the way that we are. And it's horrible. I put out a tweet today saying, I understand we are the way that we are, but it's totally demoralizing. And this is the funniest thing. Like, people are going to compare INEOS and Glazers and stuff like that. The minute we sign Mbeumo, they'll forget it. Do you know what I mean? But if you are those types of people who do think that INEOS aren't good enough or anything like that, I even saw a tweet today. I'm going to make a video on it just to take the piss. But I even saw a video of people getting a picture of Ed Woodward, right? And Murtaugh and all these lot saying, he would have got the deal done. He would have got Mbeumo over the line. You know what? Yes, he would have. But he would have signed him for about 85 to 90 million pounds and paid him a stupid amount of money. Him doing that for him and his team, it's not just him, obviously. Him and his team doing that for so long is the reason we are where we are. So I think you just need to be realistic, and you need to understand why, not just where we are, because people are doing this a lot. They're understanding kind of where we are compared to our rivals. They're not really understanding where the rivals are compared to us. So I've said multiple times why Liverpool can sign so quickly, why Arsenal can do it now, why Chelsea are doing it and stuff. And people still don't understand why we are so slow. And yet you look at Newcastle, who are being linked with everyone around the gaff, and they technically have the richest owners in football. And this is where the stupid, Qatar stuff comes in. Like, everyone is talking about, wanting Qatar and wanting all this. The richest team in the Premier League in terms of owners is Newcastle. They had a transfer embargo 2 seasons ago, and they haven't signed anyone yet. So we do need to get where we are right now to understand why things are taking so long. The Mbeumo deal, you might think it's a bit pernickety to be waiting weeks and days over the formation of a deal, but there are so many moving parts to a single transfer, but there's also so many moving parts to Manchester United right now. It's not as simple as one in, one out, as we've seen routinely down the years. No club is operating like that right now that are in a similar financial position. So I think we just need to exercise a bit of calm. And if you are new, I can see there's 95 people in YouTube. But bear in mind, guys, if you're on TikTok, please click the link in the bio, come over to YouTube, because we're about to hit a record-breaking live. We've never had over 120 people. We're at 95. If you guys all come over, we can get over the 100 mark. And let's please get the likes up on this video as much as possible so that we can get as many Manchester United fans as we can. And as I've said before, if you want your comments live on the channel, make sure you drop a super chat so I don't miss it, or become a member so that it's clearer, or just subscribe, show some love, and make it very, very clear. But I appreciate you guys no matter what, because this is a great live and I'm enjoying it. And I appreciate you guys all joining in as much as possible. Reese is right. what Reese is saying here, we have 0 players out and that's not good at all. Completely agree with you, mate. It's not good. What I'm saying, like what's happening at Manchester United right now is not good. Is not good. And it is horrible to have to wait this long. And like Josh Beaver said, he says, Dev, I like your takes a lot, but when Mbeumo has openly said he wants us over a month ago, the deal should be done by now, no matter what. You're right. You are right. And I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that this is a very horrible time to try and stay patient. It's very difficult to stay patient right now. And I can totally understand that. But at the same time, when Arsenal had to deal with Aubameyang and Lacazette, it took ages. It took ages for that thing to be sorted. And that was 2 players. We have to deal with about 5. And it's in a market which isn't conducive to buying forward talent at the minute. At least not the ones that we've got. So it's very, very difficult. And United Snaps, like I said, go and follow them if you can on Instagram and on Twitter. Absolutely love their edits. We actually need an experienced striker is what they're saying. Apart from Watkins and Osimhen, I don't see anyone else. Low-key think Watkins would be a better fit. Not a flashy signing, but think he can do the job. Let's face it. If Watkins comes for about 35 to 40 million as an upfront cost, let's say there's add-ons or whatever, performance-related add-ons. If we sign him and we get Mbeumo, that fixes a lot of problems. Doesn't fix all of them, but it fixes a hell of a lot of problems. We can all agree with that. So I think Ollie Watkins is a fantastic potential signing for Man United. And also, we've seen that Aston Villa have been hit by these sort of super injunctions and with these issues financially. So there is a chance that we could take advantage of that situation. But we have to do it properly and the timing has to be right. And the people involved know more than we do. And we just have to accept that. And that's why it's hard, because Man United fans can't really accept anything. Our first super chat of the evening from Simon Mwangi, absolute legend. Can we, guys? I think Simon overall is gifted 20 members to this channel alone. And we have 50 members overall. So please show some love for Simon. And if you are new, subscribe. Become a member. If you want me to see your comment, for sure, drop a super chat and we'll get to them shortly. But Simon says, not panicking until the last week of the window. Oof. Virtual deadlines, negativity on socials, and rival strengthening are making the fans frustrated. Patience. I mean, I love you. I do love you. But that, I can't wait to the end of the window. That's something that we can't do. But either way, W's to Simon. Love that. And I love the expression of patience, because we need to do that. Jacob Martin says, F Ollie Watkins. Rashford benched him. First of all, no swearing. We don't do that over here. There's no need for it. And also, no, he didn't. Rashford didn't really put up the numbers that people are thinking. And when they needed a proper goal scorer, they always resorted to Watkins. And Watkins still got 17 goals and 6 assists last season. Rashford couldn't even dream of doing those numbers unless he was trying to go for a new contract. That is just the facts. Mackie, really nice little comment here. Said, found this channel after the Bilbao final. Why'd you have to bring it up? Love it, mate. You're hilarious. You seem like a top guy as well. Keep it up. Thank you, mate. That's really, really kind. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get some real positivity and just calmness in the fan base. Calmness in the fan base. That's what we want to do. And Lucky Singh, I like this. He says, a lot of people have forgotten about Premier League players in terms of who we can go for. You guys forget. Everyone seems to forget that the MO of Manchester United in the past was to sign the best of the rest. You know what I mean? It was to sign the best of the rest. So why wouldn't we continue doing that? And I think with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we wouldn't be. So that's why I'm quite happy that he isn't going to come. I've said it. I've said it a few times. If you're new in the chat, if you're new to the stream, I've said multiple times that he is not going to come. And I've made that very, very clear. But we have to do something for this man here. We have to do something for Ruben Amorim. We have to make sure that whoever we get in isn't just, and this is where people irritate the hell out of me, it's not just about bringing in players to suit that particular system, to play a wing back or to play this. That's not the point. It's to get good technical players who can play in a majority of ways, including that system. No one can tell me what Mbeumo's best position is in this system. No one can tell me what Cunha's best position would be at Wolves or in this system. Like, oh yeah, left cam and all this, but nah, like that's not how he's been working all the time. He likes to drift. A lot of these players like to drift. And what I like is what United Snaps are saying here. Not going to lie, I'd love a tall, strong, arrogant, scary, absolutely lethal goal scorer. Imagine wearing that red jersey and bullying Virgil, Saliba's, Diaz's. every week in, week out. I get it. I completely understand it. And, it's difficult to do. It is difficult. And Josh Beavers, I understand. People are talking about how slow we are and about how difficult it is, but you're underestimating the scale of the rebuild that we have to do. And it's difficult, man. It is difficult. Having said that, if we're here in a week or two's time and there's still no movement, if Mbeumo's not done in a week, I'm calling it. I think something's gone wrong. I thought we would have had him by now. And to be honest, the last stream, like I've said on this channel, I'll keep myself very, very honest with the channel because that's what I want out of this channel. I said to you, and I said, everyone here, we will sign Mbeumo within a week. Last week. I was wrong. And I don't know how that hasn't happened yet. I'm very upset that we haven't signed him yet. He should be a Manchester United player right now. And everyone at Manchester United needs to be looking at themselves and saying, why the hell hasn't that happened? There's no sugarcoating that. There's absolutely no sugarcoating it. And we have to ensure that we are doing things in the right and proper way. The right and proper way. Because right now, it isn't happening. But at the same time, I've just seen a tweet from ESPN UK. They did it 2 hours ago. It's just appeared on my feed now. Looking at their forward options, they've got Sterling, Neto, Delap, Madueke, Felix, Jackson and Nkunku, Broja, Pedro, Tyreek George, and Mark Goyu. I don't want that problem either. Like, I don't want to stockpile bad talent and then be stuck with them like we've done for so long. Like, Sterling needs to go and they're struggling to offload him. Same with Nkunku. Same with, well, potentially Madueke might go to Arsenal, which I find very interesting if they do. Simajaya says that Voltemada is in talks with Bayern. I don't know about you, but that's not the striker that I think we should be going for that. I don't think Voltemada is the guy that Man United need right now. That's not to say he's not a good player, but develop in the Bundesliga more. Develop at Bayern. Become a big player. Then you can see if you're a Premier League talent. Right now, I just don't think it's going to work. United Blood, how much is a super chat? Because I have a lot to say about Man United if it makes sense. Listen, you can become a member, which I'll see straight away, and you just click the money icon and pick whichever one you want. But I think you can send a super chat for next to nothing. Just whatever you want to donate to the channel, totally up to you, mate. But this is... Wait, what's in? We have, Josh Beavers is saying we have no depth with bad talent. I thought you meant we need more bad talent, so I read that wrong. But that's worse in my opinion. I believe Xerxes can come good. I do also believe Xerxes can come. I think Xerxes will have a good season next season, much better than what we've been used to having this year. We have no depth in talent. That is the issue. We have no depth. There is zero depth in the squad. And, well, this show has inadvertently become a bit of a strikers talk. And I'm quite happy to make it a strikers talk because, that's what we're talking about now. Also, everyone who's on TikTok, thank you guys for the follow. Make sure you drop one if you are new. This is the Non-Toxic for Healthy Man United channel. So you might think this is a bit weird, seeing a Man United fan come here and actually be reasoned and calm. But this is what we're here to do. This is what the whole channel is here to be. And if I see any nonsense, we're kicking it out. It's as simple as that. I've heard someone mention on TikTok a certain ex-right winger we used to have. We don't talk about those kind of people on this channel for very good reasons. Why? Because I might have a daughter someday. That's not the type of person I want at Manchester United. These are the things that we talk about over here. We keep it real. But I just want Ruben Amorim to be as focused on the league as much as possible and to enjoy it as much as possible. And if you can't understand why we are the way that we are, I think you just need to have a really hard look at yourself and say, why is Manchester United struggling to raise funds or do all this? Because no one is in as tough a position as we are right now. Nobody is. We're finding it harder to attract talent because of what we've done in the past 2 seasons. That's logical. We're less of a good proposition to other teams in the league. We're no longer actually paying stupid fees. We are scrimping and saving because of years of misspending. And it's all coming to a head. I feel like this season, this transfer window, it's all happening at once. A lot of clubs will have to deal with 1, maybe 2 or 3 of these things at once. But we have to deal with it all at once. So it's very, very difficult. That being said, I do think that if we sign Mbeumo, get a good striker, and build out the depth in the squad, we'll be in a much finer position. And that means incorporating the likes of Diego Leon and Sekou Kone potentially, Chido Obi. I want to see these guys now. I want Aiden Heaven to be a mainstay, not in the team, but to be a mainstay in the squad and to be there regularly because he's good. Leach will be back shortly. We still got Delict, still got Maz, still got some good players around. Need to make it much more of a quality in depth because the midfield is the issue for me. Like I'm glad we got Cunha because we've got a bit of an arse, a bit of a runner, a bit of a maverick, which is what we've always needed. And Mbeumo would be the fantastic option on the right-hand side of that because he is a runner, he is direct, he's got energy to burn, he rarely gets injured. Fantastic. And I need a striker that can give us a more of a completeness over there. Do you know what I mean? And guys, I'm sorry if you're wondering why I'm looking over here. I'm on YouTube live as well because we're nearly at 100 people live on here. So if every one of you guys comes over to YouTube, click the link in bio, we can hit well over 100 people in here, which will be a record. And if you all subscribe, we're trying to hit 10K before the start of the season. It's going to be a tough one to do, to be honest, because we're on 6.05, I think. So it's going to be tough. But if you all did it, that'd be a lot easier. Do you know what I mean? So please do click the link in the bio and come over because Cass Howling, I believe that's your first ever super chat. Thank you very much for that. If you want your comment on screen, like I say, drop a super chat. And I'm sorry if you're listening to this and you're tired of me saying it, but as we're building, you understand why, I hope. But don't worry, as we get to certain milestones, I'll make sure to say it less and less. But who is your dream target now for a striker? Dream is an interesting one. Okay. I wouldn't say that this is my dream target. I would say Osimhen, honestly, is probably the guy that I'd be like, you know what, if we got him, that's a game changer. Osimhen, to me, strikes as a game-changing signing. If you've not heard me say this before, you're going to be a bit surprised as to who I'm going to say. I can already see people in the chat typing away about who you think I'm going to say as well. And you're probably right because I've said it multiple times before on the channel. And I think there is a genuine opportunity there for us to get someone who hasn't been fancied as much as I thought he would be in terms of the quality that I think he has. Just trying to find the image that I've got on him. It'll be here somewhere. Just give me a second. God, I've talked about a lot of players on this channel, clearly. But I will be with you in just a second. God, where the hell is this guy? Where is this guy? Do I not have a picture of him? Okay. I'm just going to quickly get a picture of him. But this is, you know what, you guys, I want you to have a genuine think about this, okay? Because I don't think enough people have. Who would be your most realistic dream signing as a striker for Manchester United? Who would be your dream realistic signing as a striker for Man United? Get it in the chat. Get it in the chat. And we'll go through it. But as Kaz has just rightly pointed out, has asked me this question. And by the way, we have just hit, oh my God, just as soon as we've done that, we have hit, wow, we've got 100 people in this live show. And we're hitting another super sticker from Xander. It's all happening now, fellas. It's all happening. Thank you very much, guys, for sticking with the channel and doing that. Second time we've hit over 100 people in the live. And remember, if you want a super chat to appear on the stage, do it. If you want to become a member, we have hit 51 members on the channel, which is crazy. We've hit 51 members. If you want to be a member on the channel to support as much as you can, that would be amazing. But the fact that you're all here is enough for me, frankly. So thank you all so much. 107 people in here now. Jeez. Where is this image? I just want an image of this striker. Is that too much? There we go. Jeez. Right. So say it now with me. Whether you're on TikTok, you can put it on TikTok, you can put it on YouTube, wherever. I'm going to put one of my key signings that I would make in the chat right next to me. I'm going to put it on YouTube. So if you want, click the link in bio, come over, make sure you're subscribed as well. I'm going to put him right there. Who do you think is going to end up on the screen next to me? I'm going to say a realistic striking target for Manchester United. Who am I putting there? And he's not going to cost a lot of money. People are saying midfielders. No. Striker. Who am I putting there? Tell me. Someone said Dusan Vlahovic. No, he's in the Premier League. He's in the Premier League. Tell me now, I'm going to add him. Tell me now, I'm going to put him there. I want someone to get it right. I want someone to get it. Watkins, no. Oh, Calvert-Lewin, nope. Mateta, nope. Dev, you want me as a striker? Yeah, why not? Mateta, nope. Weghorst, Jesus, no. Come on, guys. I've spoken about him. If you're a true fan of the channel, you know. Jesus, goodness. Strand Larson, my God. Watkins, no. Come on, guys. You know me. Oh, thank you, Oshe Hanoma, who's put in another super chat. Mbeumo and Xerxes is our main striker. Obi second striker. I'm not sure how that works, to be honest. I see Mbeumo going to the right and Xerxes staying in the middle, but no. Evan Ferguson, no. United snaps. My G is the first one to get it. Of course, I'm talking about Rodrigo Muniz. Of course, I'm talking about Rodrigo Muniz. I'm sorry, guys. You know what? If you unfollow me based on that opinion, fine. I just think that Rodrigo Muniz is the guy for where we are. For where we are right now, Rodrigo Muniz is the guy. And I'll go out on a limb. How many times have I, you know what? Since I've been doing either YouTube, TikTok, whatever, since I've been doing it, I don't think I've ever said I want this guy more than anybody else. Like, I don't think I've actually looked at someone and said, compared to who we've been linked with, I want him. I can't do a picture on TikTok. Come over to YouTube, link in bio. He's right there. I want Rodrigo Muniz at Manchester United badly because I know that he is going to be a solid addition for about 30 million. Honestly, I respect it. Solid option. Love that from you, Tebow. I respect it too. Rodrigo Muniz. What are we thinking? Rodrigo Muniz for Manchester United. What are we actually thinking? Because I think he's a fantastic player and I think he's been slept on. I'll be very honest. I think he's been so slept on. And I think he is the most underrated striker in the Premier League. I'll say it now. Because he's not get full game time at Fulham. People are going to come out with me with comments. No one said it yet. I know you're thinking about it, but people are going to say the comments where you're saying he can't get through at Fulham. What makes you think he could lead the line for Man United? I'm not saying he can. What I say is that he is better than what we've got. That's number one. That's checkbox number one complete. He is already scoring good numbers of goals in the Premier League. That's number two. His goal-to-game ratio, he is registering a goal or an assist since he's been at Manchester United. Since he's been in the Premier League, he has registered a goal or an assist every 94 minutes. Since he's been in the Premier League. So that's 2 or 3 seasons since he's been there. 94 minutes, he's registering a goal or an assist. This past season, he scored against Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, and Man United. He's already a big game player. He's already a complete striker. He's already a good link-up player. He's already good in the air. He's already physical. Incredible defensive stats for a striker. One of the best defensive forwards in the league. In fact, I would say he's the best defensive forward in the league. Maybe with Darwin Nunez ahead of him in terms of pure defensive stats. Because that boy, he might not be good at scoring, but he tracks. Do you know what I mean? And I honestly think that Rodrigo Muniz is the guy for Manchester United. And I want you to tell me if you think I'm wrong. Genuinely, if you think I'm wrong, then tell me. But I think Muniz would be incredible. And the best part, the boy is 24 years old. 24 years old. His value on Transfermarkt is 20 million euros. He will come for less than that. He will come for a bit more than the 20 million euros. He will come for about 30 to 40 million. And I've already said, look, I love in the chat, I put, do you think Man United will sign Calvert-Lewin in terms of a poll? 73% of you said no. Thank you for saying no. And guys, if you're new in the chat, we've got 104 people on YouTube. The first time today, YouTube numbers have overtaken TikTok. Click the link in bio if you are here. Come over there. My dad's in the chat saying it's a gamble we should take. Who are you talking about, daddy? Are you talking about what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. But why did I call you bro? That's weird. But my dad's in the chat. Show him love, people. This genuinely is what I want Rodrigo Muniz to be. Meche Wisdom is asking, do you think that this is the profile Amorim needs? 1,000,000%. He is the profile that Amorim needs. I'm going out on a limb and saying it. I think this is the guy. You don't understand it. I think Rodrigo Muniz is the guy for Man United. And we're not even anywhere linked to him. And it makes me sad, right? This is the agenda I want to push. I want Rodrigo Muniz at Manchester United. So when you see it online, guys, when you see it anywhere, I want you to support if you agree with it. Let's you know what? Let's as a community, because that's what we're building here. It's a lovely community. TikTok, come over to YouTube now because they're stealing the show. This is great. So make sure that you are helping if you agree with this take, because I think this is the striker that Manchester United should be going for. And listen, if you disagree, just please give me a reason for why you disagree. If I'm not seeing something, then please let me know. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I don't care. Tell me I'm wrong. But I just think this is the guy, man. I do. I haven't thought this much about someone who's not fancied too much in the league as I do about Rodrigo Muniz. The minute, this came from last season, the minute where I saw, my dad was saying it as well. Me and dad were watching him play against us for Fulham, and we both looked at him and thought, that is a player. I've been tracking him ever since. He's one of my favorite strikers in the league because he always does good things. I just think he's fantastic. I really do. Someone said Chicharito vibes. Not even close. This is a complete big broad-chested striker. This is the guy I want, man. And listen, if you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify listening to this right now, tell me in the comments or come over on socials and tell me properly to my face what you think about this Rodrigo Muniz deal. Because I think he'd be incredible. And I think somewhere between 30 or 40 million euros gets the deal done. If we, put it this way, if we get Rodrigo Muniz for a number that has a 2 in front of it, I'm laughing all the way to the bank. And I will happily stand here and say how much I love him. Because I think he's brilliant. I really do. And that's my take. That is genuinely my take on where I think Manchester United are going so far. And I just don't see how he can be a bad signing. In fact, I might do an entire deep dive on Rodrigo Muniz. In fact, I'm trying to think of a video idea tomorrow. That might be my idea for tomorrow. It might be like a 5 or 6 to 10 minute video, but it'll be on YouTube. So guys, click the link in bio, come over to YouTube, subscribe, and wherever you're listening, this will also, the video that I upload tomorrow will also be available on all listening platforms that I'm available on right now. And now we're at my favorite point of the show, people. We're at my favorite point of the show where I'm going to take the picture off. It's just going to be a nice image of me and we can just talk. This is where I want you, if you're new, if you haven't been in one of these shows before, we do This Week at United, we do the transfer news. I'm doing a new segment called Football Frenemies, which is when we start to play against other teams. I will get a rival fan who supports that team and we'll just, have a good debate about what's going to happen during that game. We're going to have loads of watch-alongs. This season, Manchester United content is going through the roof because I want to focus a lot of energy onto this. Very fortunate to be in a new surroundings, new house where I can actually put more effort into this. There's going to be gaming, which is what that whole setup is about. So don't worry. There's going to be some really good stuff coming to the channel. And I want every single one of you a part of it. I do. So now let's just have a little bit of fun. We've been here for 57 minutes, the last 5 minutes of the live. If you're new around here, this is what we do every live. Let's just talk. Ask me some questions, either about Man United, what you would have seen, quick fire style, or ask me any personal question that you want about myself or where the channel is going. Because as I've said so many times, this is a community of Manchester United fans. This isn't your typical fan channel where I just ignore you all and to do absolutely, nothing and just talk at you. I don't want that to ever be that kind of channel. I want it to be a proper one. Straight away, we got a bit of trivia from United Snap saying, guess the striker who has 109 GA and 184 games in the league. It's going to be Rashford or Watkins in it. I'm going to say Watkins. I can't imagine Rashford putting those numbers in the last few seasons. What is your expectation for Man United next season? Like where they're going to finish? Haven't got a clue. We have to wait until the end of the transfer window to really talk about that. How's the family? They're doing well. Hopefully next week I should be able to go to a charity match that I'll be playing in. So hopefully I'll see them there. I still need to get the details sorted and send it to them to see if they can make it. But it'll be in Oxford. So if you would like to come or if you're nearby or if you can tune in, all of the stuff, it won't be live on the channel, but it will be somewhere. And come on my socials, link in bio so you can see everything there. Corey White on TikTok said, what's for your dinner tonight? I'm going to be very Indian and I'm going to have some chicken tikka slices with some naan pressed down. And if I've got tzatziki, I'm dipping him in. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing people in the chat saying, congrats, Simon. What's Simon saying? Oh, Simon Mwangi says, by the way, I got engaged this weekend, still letting it sink in. W for Simon in the chat. If you don't know who Simon is, this is one of the greatest supporters that we've got on the channel. The man literally donated 20 or 25, I've lost count, members to the channel. He's the reason why we hit over 50. He's a member himself. regularly dropping super chats like he did today. Everyone, show some love for Simon, and I hope the wedding all goes well, mate. And how did you drop it? Tell me how you dropped it. I just want to know. Dev, our new superbacks. Jesus, I'm weird. Dev, our new centre backs being overlooked. We're banking on De Ligt and Martinez staying fit. We are banking on them a little bit. I do kind of agree with you. I think Yoro has come into his own a little bit, but I also think that we have some good centre back depth. Like with Aiden Heaven, I don't think Tyler Fredrickson will stay. God Walker Conkey could be coming through. I see a lot of academy talent coming through if we don't sign anyone soon, especially in preseason. So that's the area I'm least worried about is centre backs. 90 people, 80 likes. That shows support. Is that what we're on? We're on 80 likes, 81. Goodness me, this is a good day. This is a good day. Stoham has asked me, hi Dev, who is going to be our number 9? I want it to be Rodrigo Muniz. I love him. My ideal back line is Maguire, De Ligt, and Yoro. Mine is Leacher, De Ligt, and Yoro. If Leacher can stay fit. I just don't know, man. Yeah, while I was saying super backs, I must be thinking of super chats. Which is, by the way, guys, if you want to drop a super chat to support the channel, I always say this, right? And I'm sorry if you get annoyed at me saying this, but the support you guys give the channel is ridiculous. And I appreciate it so much. And like, I feel sad, like, oh, drop a super chat, do this. It's only so I can see your content properly and see your comments. So if you are in a position to either become a member or drop some super chats, please do that, because no matter what style of content it is, because like I say, we're going to be doing interviews, going to do football frenemies, doing gaming and everything. I will make sure I pay attention to every single super chat and show it the love that it deserves. So that's the only reason I bring it up, but I appreciate you. Richard Rios, I would love him. There is talk that there is a crazy release clause of 90 million. I've said many times before that is a clause that is domestic, and that's a routine thing that they have regularly. Put it this way, Ronaldinho had a release clause in his Gremio contract, left for free to go to PSG. Everything changes, right? I know that was the Bosman rule, but you'll know what I mean. You did it on a beach during sunset. When I said did it, it was a proposal, not on the beach. What do I think of Rich Rios? Already said. Dev, where are you from? Are you a Londoner or somewhere else? I am from Birmingham, and I've lived in London for 10 years. Just moved to outside of it. So yeah, kind of a mix of both, really. This will be a breakthrough season for Fredrickson. I think Fredrickson's gone. I appreciate you. Just want to say, keep doing the funny short videos. Been a fan for over 2 years. Bro, I started doing content about 2 years ago on this. So I appreciate you for sticking around. Does Amas stay or go out on loan? Left wing back is getting crowded. I think it's the perfect level of crowded, really. I think Dorgu and Amas and Leon, those are the three. Get Luke Shaw gone. Or Luke Shaw can fill in that left centre-back whenever he can play. If we can't offload him, fine. Just want to say your ball knowledge is elite. Love that. Birmingham like Bellingham? Yes. And Adam McCullough. I don't know why. That just came out. Captain Yam Yam, what's going on? If you guys just joined, we are pretty much wrapping up the season. So unless you've got something new to say, let me know in the chat. We're staying on for a couple more minutes. I'm going to take this sip of water. I'm going to make it a long sip of water, right? So if you have any questions, please, TikTok, come over to YouTube if you can. I'm going to take a long sip of water. In fact, because there's more people on YouTube now, what I'm going to say to everyone on TikTok, we're going to stay on YouTube for a few more minutes. I'm going to go off of TikTok because I need to use this for something else. But please, yes, my dad is saying the more positions we can cover, the better. Strength and depth, 1,000,000%. Dad, I know you're not going to know how to go onto YouTube, clicking the link in bio. But everyone else, please come onto YouTube and click the link in bio, because what the hell has just happened? Simon, the man who just got... Guys, come over to YouTube if you don't know what I'm talking about. Link in bio right now, please. Guys, Simon has just gifted another 5 memberships. We are on 56 members in the chat. Don't worry, Dad. I'll show you how to do it. But what the hell? Simon always finds a way to steal the show. Simon, this is your channel now. I'm just living. I am just living.
Let's go, Simon.
Go, Simon. Simon, yes. That was Chloe. Simon, yes. We love you, Simon. My absolute brother. And that was my girlfriend in the back. I got a girlfriend who supports me. It's the best life ever. And look, this is just silly. Simon, Thank you very much. And guys, and dear dad, don't worry, I'll sort you out for the YouTube. But please, if you're on TikTok, come over to YouTube now. We're going to leave the show on TikTok. So come over to YouTube. We'll carry it on for 5 minutes and then we're done because I'm knackered, frankly. Sabrina Carpenter took it out of me. I'm tired, but it was a good show. But make sure that you are coming over to YouTube as much as you can. Subscribe. Actually, before you do, let's see what likes we're on. We're on 87 likes. If we can get 100 likes on the show, that'd be the first time that's ever happened during the show. So let's do that. And let me see what number of subscribers we're on, because this could be interesting. We started the show on 6,040 subscribers. We are now on 6,097. Come over now and let's get to 6,100 subscribers. Come on. Is that not a good enough reason to do it? You could be my 6,100th. In the last 28 days, we gained 1,500. We're going that way, people. I'm focusing a lot of time on this, and we're streaming when that gets sorted, because I believe that we can make something pretty special happen here. So please do click the link in bio, come over onto YouTube, and I'll see you later. Dad, I hopefully have a charity match in a week. Well, I think I do have it. I do have a charity match in a week. I just don't have all the details. I'll send it in the group chat because I want you and mum and everyone to come, because that would be lovely. I will be playing half in goal, half as a centre back. And if you guys want to see that as well, then on the socials, I will announce it when it's ready. But guys, come over to YouTube right now. Thank you very much. And right, we have to focus on the chat now because this is getting stupid. I don't care what anyone's saying. I just want to talk about Simon for a minute. You are a legend, my friend. Thank you very much for that. Now I'm going quick fire through all of this. How tall am I? I'm 5'9.5". Talks will start with Barcelona this Tuesday or Wednesday for Rashford. I don't think he'll go there, but I hope he does. I think he'll go on loan. Bro, I'm a Brummy Yam Yam hybrid. How did I miss you from Birmingham? You're a Yam Yam. What, you're from Warsaw area? That's where my family are. That's pretty lit. Order Black Country. That one. Here from TikTok. Yes, Aiden. Make sure you subscribe, my brother or sister or both or neither. Oh, we had to do it. 20,000 Indonesian rupiah, which is about £2. Love that. From Kenji Yeo. Getting me excited. They're thinking I'm going to be a rich man, but I am a rich man because of the support I've been given. Look at the family network I've got, my girlfriend. Look at where we are. The little dog downstairs. Come on. Simon, this super chat is for you. Congrats, brother. Isn't it lit how all of us are just friends now? That's my favorite part. We're all just friends. And the fact that we've got super chats now dedicated to other people in the chat, that's lit. And I always know it's going to be a good show when I see you guys in here. And I feel today you just got... I started the show with very little energy. I have a lot now. I'm going to go on a mad dip. Don't you get me wrong, because I'm a tired boy. But Kenji, you're lit. Thank you for that. I can go walk the dog. Aminor, I think that's your first ever super chat as well. Thank you very much for stopping by, brother. You said, Dev, I'm vexed about the Dominic Calvert-Lewin links. He pees me off. Now, I'm telling you right now, because I don't think you were here early in the show, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was reported by TalkSport. He's not coming. It's just because he's free and everyone saw the Gyokeres news. Straight away, we get Dominic Calvert-Lewin news because he's English and they made the INEOS links. When you have links like that are too obvious, it's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. And you know what? For the last 2 minutes of the show, while I take this last sip of water, Mechi said it there. Tell us where you're watching from, guys, so I can give love to every single one of you and where you're from. Sip of water done. I think you got a really good little visual of that on, or not a visual, like a little audio of that on Spotify. But Sima Jaya is watching from the US of A. We got Derby for Fred Lee, Denmark for Bulba. What's her name? Newton Le Willows from the northwest of England. Fantastic. Wolverhampton, where my nanny lived. My G, Captain Yam Yam. All the way from Brunei. Where is Brunei? Is that like Romania or something? I don't know. It's not very good. From France, yes, Martin. Oh, we got a super chat from Soham, who's saying, I really hope we get a good striker. Not that Gyokeres is heading to the Emirates. DCL ain't going to cut it. Don't worry. We're not going to get him. I'm certain of that. But I hear what you're saying, and thank you very much for the super chat. South Africa, KB. Cape Town for Nigel. Greece for Thomas Papastos. Bloemfontein, South Africa. South Africa again. We've got a lot of people from South Africa today. Lincolnshire, Aiden, kind of bringing it down a bit. No offense. Belgium, but half French. Go on, Tebow. North Carolina, Josh. Mental. Brunei is next to Malaysia. Did not know that. Karachi, Pakistan. Go on, Fahad. Indonesia, of course, for my big Indonesian rupiah brother, Kenji. Devon for Sai. Kenya for Simon. Dubai for Mexico. Qatar for Soham. And honestly, Captain Yam Yam, I think it's crazy how mad varied this is. Yeah, it is mad. But guys, that is the end of the show. I'm done. Mustafa, where did you say you were from? You are from Sudan. But there's a civil war. I hope you're keeping well, my brother. I really do. We've also got someone from Indonesia, Malaysia. There's just all sorts of people. And I just want to show some love to everyone who gave us a super chat in the live. So we're heading out now. But Delroy, getting the ball rolling. Appreciate you. Simon, we're going to come back to you in a second. Cass, that's your first time. I'm seeing you here. Thank you for stopping by. Xander, the love is there as always. Osa Hanoma, first time as well. Kenji, as always. Aminor, love that from you. Soham, thank you very much. But again, 5 memberships being gifted from Simon Mwangi, which means we're on 56 members of the channel. And as of right now, did we hit? Go on, let's get the drum rolls going. Oh, did we hit 6.1k subscribers? Oh, we did. 6,103 subscribers. We started off the live with 6,040. You guys are amazing. Love to all of you. Please, if you can as well, if you're on socials, drop a link to the channel if you want to share with your friends, if you want people to come in more and enjoy this. We've got 96 likes. Let's see if we can get 100 right now. If you haven't liked, make sure you do it. But guys, appreciate you all so much. Thank you very much for doing this. And as we sign off, remember, this is the non-toxic Manchester United channel, designed and built to be the healthiest community of Manchester United fans in the world. And a live like today and the vibes like today is proof that we are on the right track. So thank you all so much. And yep, I'll be on the United View tomorrow. If all things goes well, I'll be on the United View tomorrow on the red carpet. I will do a video tomorrow. I need to figure out what the video is, but there will be just a standalone video that's not a live going out tomorrow. And I'll be going live on Tuesday, potentially on Thursday and Friday. So there's going to be a lot to talk about. And if there is news, don't worry, we shall report them. Thank you all so much. Subscribe if you are new, share with your friends, and let's enjoy. Kenji says we're going to hit 7k next week. You lost your mind, but that would be amazing. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. See you on the next show.